night was the first round of the Midnight Madness playoffs. It's the 5th year in a row it's been held here in Syracuse, and is definitely a great summertime basketball event held for a multitude of reasons. This is Chris Walker's first taste of Midnight Madness, a summer basketball league that lures in players from all over Central New York, but for more than just fun and games.
I think it's an important program because, like, again, it keeps people off the streets, and it's a positive thing for the community. You know, younger kids look up to us.
I want to play someday, and I hope it's soon, because the guys I'm playing now is nice. Like, to me, I get my talent from them, because the skills they got, I want to be like them someday.
Just about every ball player probably wants to play ball like this guy someday. Former Harlem Globetrotter Curly Neal made a special appearance at tonight's games to show his support.
Great cause, you know, to keep the kids off the streets, you know, give them something else to do, you know. My livelihood basketball, it kept me off the streets, you know, out of the pool rooms, the pool halls and so forth, and it gave me education.
Education is also the mission of Midnight Madness when it comes to increasing the peace.
It really keeps the young guys off the street, you know, gives them something to do, keeps their mind busy for 5-6 hours. No fighting and all that other crap, but just everybody just getting together, having a good time.
And make no doubt about it, having a good time is what it's all about, as well as playing some serious ball.
I would say this is probably the most competitive basketball that you'll see in the Syracuse area outside of Syracuse University. Again, you have Division I ball players, the top athletes, and they get an opportunity, again, to showcase their talents in front of their local community.
Along with a chance to show their stuff here, Midnight Madness this year is also geared up for players to show their stuff off the court.
We're offering as businesses are coming in to talk to various youth and young adults about career opportunities that exist in the Syracuse and Onondaga County area.
And along with local businesses attending, the employment workshop will also include resume writing and interviewing seminars. Now, I'm told that everyone is welcome to attend. It'll be held on Monday, July 24th and Tuesday, July 25th. And also, by the way, Matt and Jackie, the Midnight Madness Championship game is on Thursday, July 27th.
Alrighty. Action News reporter Kimberly Flood at the update desk tonight with a little Midnight Madness.
The Central Square School District has a budget tonight. Voters went to the polls for the second time this year to decide on a $36.7 million budget. But this time, taxpayers did say yes by a margin of 141 votes. A library proposition that's been defeated the last 3 years also finally passed. But there will be no driver's education classes offered at school. The school budget will increase taxes in Central Square 4.9%.
Senate Republicans opened the Whitewater hearings with new charges today. This time they focused on the death of White House lawyer Vincent Foster and a possible cover-up by the Clinton administration. The Whitewater affair deals with a land deal in Arkansas in which the Clintons may have profited illegally. Current investigation centers around alleged discrepancies between Foster and the Clinton statements and documents that may have been stolen after Foster's death. But while this may be a big deal in Washington, some Central New Yorkers aren't too interested.
I haven't really been following it. I really don't follow any of those kind of things, and I really know nothing about it.
Did know that it occurred today, that it started again, and you know, over the radio, but I haven't really been following it.
I thought it was dead. I didn't realize it was alive. I don't know. I don't really think a whole lot of it, I guess.
Okay.
New York Senator Alphonse D'Amato is chairing the Whitewater hearings.
The defense faced a setback tonight at the Simpson trial when a video was shown in which Simpson appeared to be making light of wife battery. In the upper left corner, O.J. Simpson makes a joke about hitting his wife.
You got to get your space in if you're working out with the wife, if you know what I mean. You can always blame it on working out.
O.J.'s doctor, Robert Huzanga, continued to testify tonight as well. He admitted that he was biased in favor of O.J., damaging his credibility. He is expected to continue his testimony tomorrow. In Union, South Carolina, the jury heard opening statements from both sides in the case. Susan Smith's attorneys are going with their defense. They say a lifetime of mental problems are to blame for her rolling her car into a lake and killing her 2 boys. The prosecution contends that Smith was only thinking about herself and wanted to rekindle a failed relationship by freeing herself of her kids. The first witness is expected to be called to the stand tomorrow.
2 brothers are accused tonight of starting a racial incident and attacking a sheriff's deputy. The confrontation happened about 8:30 this morning at Tompkins Cortland Community College in Dryden. 18-year-old Christopher Harford stormed into a summer school class using a racial remark. State police say Harford then threatened 17-year-old Kenji Rasheen Monroe and wrestled Monroe to the ground. While teachers stepped in, Harford's 16-year-old brother Nicholas also jumped in on the fight. By the time it was all over, the brothers faced several charges, including assaulting a deputy. They are in their mother's custody tonight.
They kicked off 5 miles of family fun earlier on the banks of Onondaga Lake. The Shoreline Celebration is an annual affair that features colonial soldiers, jugglers, and clowns, along with a number of great summertime activities. This was a preview of the festival that will begin this weekend and starts off with the Great American Antique Fest. Action News at 6 will be at the festival on Friday night. We'll do the show from the Antique Fest at Long Branch Park, so come on out and say hello.
That's right. Join us.
A beautiful evening outside tonight. Kind of cool, finally.
Finally, some relief. And here's meteorologist Peter Hall to tell us more. Peter?
That's right. A bit of a respite is on the way for central New York, and I tell you what, we certainly deserve it. Not only getting clobbered by those thunderstorms, but we have been dealing with heat and humidity for the past week or so, and I tell you what, the air mass is cool and dry over the Great Lakes region, and it's heading our way. Now, we still have a few showers and thunderstorms to deal with. Let's take a look at Super Doppler radar. This occurred because of a convergence zone, air kind of piling up near the lake shores, and now these showers are actually moving southward, heading towards the Ithaca, Cortland area. Homer and Tully might be getting a few showers during the evening hours, as well as Seneca Falls did pick up a couple of, sort of about a trace to a 10th inch of rain. Tell you what, in the forecast, though, tonight, a few clouds, but again, a couple of showers in the southern tier. Temperatures near 62 degrees, quite cool. Tomorrow looks like a real winter, a mixture of sun and afternoon clouds, and temperatures in the upper 70s. Full forecast a little later on. Matt and Jackie?
Thank you, Peter. When Action News continues, we'll tell you about local students learning about life-saving surgery.
And in Action News World Watch, going for gold. As Action News continues with more news, more often for Constantia, Marcellus, and all of Central New York.
Cadillac's North Star powertrain system is a gem, world-class, popular mechanics. Seville outsells the Lexus LS400 and Infiniti Q45 combined. Count on Cadillac this summer to bring you a new Seville SLS with the North Star system at its lowest lease rate of the year. Just $499 a month for 36 months with $499 down. Cadillac, creating a higher standard. See the Empire State Cadillac dealers.
The best from the earth is even better when it comes from local growers like Quebeca Farms.
Wegmans is our biggest customer and our most quality-conscious customer. And if we think it's going to be good enough for them, it's going to be good enough for anybody.
And they want it fresh picked in the morning. They want it right to their store as soon as we can get it there.
Wegmans homegrown produce.
Best from the earth is what you see.
Since 1916, every day you get our best.
The road of life is full of decisions. Most importantly, what to drive on that road. Your answer is at the Eagle Test Drive Sale, where you'll find the Eagle Vision ESI with a 3.3-liter V6, dual airbags, and cab-forward design, all for just $229 a month on a 24-month lease. Or buy a Vision and get rates as low as 1.9% APR financing or cash back. So hit the road and get to the Eagle Test Drive Sale today.
Test drive a Vision at your Jeep and Eagle dealer, or call us.
We love this ride. We love get me off this ride. Get me off this ride.
You do it. I do it. We all do it. Question is, why do we do it? Because only Darien Lake has thrills so big. Like the Predator, you can't help coming back for more. Darien Lake, the fun you keep coming back to.
We ride again.
Excuse me, Mr. Martin.
What?
Your Ford dealer's got low 2.9% financing for 48 months or $600 cash back on any Ford Escort.
Can you say it again?
That's 2.9 financing or $600 back on America's best-selling small car.
I can't hear you.
Register to win 2 free tickets to Watkins Glen and a new Ford Thunderbird SC.
You don't have to yell about it.
Sorry. See your local Ford dealer today for all the details.
I'll see you in Watkins Glen.
Covering the Mohawk Valley and all of central New York, this is TV3 Action News at 11 with Jackie Robinson and Matt Mulcahy.
Roger Scott is finally behind bars tonight. The disbarred lawyer is doing time in the Jamesville pen for making copies at Kinko's and not paying for them. In DeWitt Town Court tonight, Judge John Sentra imposed a 90-day sentence plus 3 years probation. The sentence had been on hold since last fall while Scott exhausted his appeals of a petty larceny conviction. Scott gained his greatest notoriety from fighting and losing the battle to keep his oversized home on Skaneateles Lake. Scott was eventually convicted of forging signatures on bids to demolish his home.
In Action News World Watch tonight, science in retreat, going for gold, pounding away, and families left to fend for themselves. In South Carolina, a blaze in an apartment complex leaves a dozen families without homes. The apartment building was engulfed in flames. It took 65 firefighters 2 hours to get it under control. In Bosnia, the Serbian policy of ethnic cleansing continues as they launch another attack. Serbs have once again moved against the town of Tuzla, a place where refugees have gone to seek shelter. At least one person was killed. Several children were injured. In South Korea, $340 million worth of gold was seized by South Korean police as they uncovered a smuggling ring that has been active for 3 years. The ring had brought over 604 bars from Japan before finally getting caught. And the world's oldest footprints have been discovered in West Australia, prompting scientists and historians to reevaluate their previous conclusions. 2 prints believed to have come from a 4.5 to almost 6 foot long animal have been estimated to be at least 430 million years old. These new findings contradict the evolution theory of plants being the first life form on Earth.
Some Baldwinsville students are doing more than just having a good time on their summer vacation. They're helping to educate others about organ donations by making a video. The idea came from their art teacher who received a liver transplant 9 years ago. For one young man, the video hits close to home.
You know, we had known since I got sick when I was 3, and it's just we've started, you know, rolling along to try and get the kidney about a year or 2 ago.
The video will take about a month to make. Once it's made, the students plan to send it out to other schools in the area.
Doing some nice work. Still ahead on Action News, Peter Hall is in for Wayne with a check on the weather.
Plus, Adam Benigni has Action Sports. The Yankees try to win the second half of their doubleheader with the White Sox.
Sorry. The New York State Lotto jackpot is now $10 million. That's $10 million. Thank you.
New York Lotto. Hey, you never know.
Is that an open container, son?
Yes, sir.
Can I have some?
Edie's. Evidently, it's, not your normal ice cream.
NYNEX. More information, more solutions, more stuff.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. And now Dodge has even more choices in their lineup. Choices that make driving a new Dodge remarkably easy. During the Dodge Buyer's Choice sale, you can choose from generous cash savings and values, or exceptional interest rates, or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice sale. It makes visiting your friendly Dodge dealer a very smart choice indeed.
There's really only one place to find leather furniture for less. Raymore and Flanagan. The best brands from across America and around the world are deeply discounted for 1 week only. New York State's largest selection at New York State's lowest prices, backed up with our lifetime service commitment. And delivery in just 3 days. Plus, pay nothing for 6 months. No deposit, no interest, no payments of any kind. Enjoy the luxury of leather for less. A week-long savings promise. Only from Raymore and Flanagan.
Keeping Central New York informed before the storm. Here's meteorologist Peter Hall with TV3 Action News weather.
We had a pretty pleasant day here in central New York today. A cold front moved through earlier this morning, bringing with it a little bit in the way of less humidity. And we're noticing some showers now popping up, and we have the latest Super Doppler radar loop in effect. And notice it reaches from a line of about Dennsville down through Ithaca, just north of that line. And notice some moderately to heavy downpours maybe at times. This was set up due to some upper-level energy giving an extra boost to the air, as well as a convergence zone. When lake water winds go over the lakes, they're rather fast, and over the land they're slower. So actually the air begins to pile up, and it has to go up somewhere, and it goes up. And with a little extra energy, well, we get a couple of showers forming, and that's what we have. So for your planning forecast for this overnight period, again, a couple of showers can't be ruled out in the southern tier. For everyone else, look for partly cloudy skies, nice cool conditions. Open up those windows, temperature near 62. Waking up tomorrow morning, beautiful, 68 degrees and lots of sunshine. Maybe some more puffy cumulus clouds crop up in the afternoon, and very pleasant, near 78 degrees. Outside right now, we're very pleasant right now as well. 70 degrees here in Syracuse, likewise in Baldwinsville at 70. Seneca Falls a little bit cooler because they had some rain at 66 degrees. The winds right now, well, they're holding at about southwesterly at 9, barometer starting to rise in because of a high pressure building in 29.79, and humidity is at 73%. High temperature today was 86 degrees after an early morning low of 67. The sun will rise tomorrow morning at 5:42 and set at 8:39. And we picked up just a little bit of rain after a moderate pollen count. Again, the rain was about a trace, and that makes 1.6 inches of rain. Outside right now, let's take a look at your satellite picture and throw it on into motion. And we notice, well, a cold front extending. This is the cold front that worked through this morning. Less humidity builds in for tomorrow. And that also means some cooler temperatures, upper 70s wedging in from the Great Lakes region. And again, we'll look pretty good as we work our way into midweek. And after that, well, maybe just a brief warm-up by Saturday or Sunday. But again, please enjoy the weather for Wednesday and Thursday because it's looking pretty good. Your forecast for tonight goes like this. Again, a few clouds around near 62 degrees. Tomorrow, a very nice day to do something outside. Beautiful, a mixture of sun and clouds near 78 degrees. A little bit breezy, northwesterly winds at 10 to 20. Tomorrow night, a few high clouds near 61 degrees. 6-day outlook shows a brief warm-up by the end of the weekend. But again, maybe a couple of showers for Thursday, Friday. Not too bad.
No, not at all.
You don't have to plead with me to get me outside.
Okay.
No problem. Thank you, Peter. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers drawn exclusively here on WSTM TV3. The daily number tonight is 770. And the win for tonight, 0638. Now let's go live to our Take 5 drawing tonight.
It's New York Lottery's Take 5 drawing, observed by an auditor from KPMG, Pete Barwick.
Good evening and welcome to New York Lottery's Take 5 drawing for today, Tuesday, July 18th, 1995, where players can win cash prizes by matching 5, 4, or 3 numbers, or a free bonus ticket by matching just 2 numbers. And now for tonight's Take 5 numbers. The first winning number is 34. Tonight's second winning number is 29. The third winning number is 4. Tonight's fourth winning number is 10, and the fifth winning Take 5 number is 26. Tonight's winning Take 5 numbers are 34, 29, 4, 10, and 26. For the New York Lottery, I'm Maxine Gibbs. Thank you, and have a good night.
Tonight's special edition of Action News Health Plus is sponsored by Tully Hill.
Tully Hill taught me that being an alcoholic does not mean I'm a bad person.
When I walked into Tully Hill, I knew that this was where I belonged. The people were warm and caring and friendly, and I knew that this is where I had to come to get help.
We stabilize medical problems, detoxify, restore feel-good brain chemistry with specific nutrients and diet. It's body, mind, spirit.
Ed talking Toyota, you're on the air.
This is Diane from Dimwood. Could you play something by the Tercels?
Sure. Diane, we should point out, Tercels are Toyotas.
They changed their name?
No, Diane, just their price, with your choice of these great deals.
But hurry, this great deal will only be appearing at your Toyota dealer for a limited time.
Now, how do I get a ticket?
By driving too fast.
Cable today. Only on in New York.
There are field trips
And then there are field trips. We can't go to Kenya.
We're coming to you again live from Kenya, East Africa.
So our field trip was going electronically. Through interactive cable technology, my students are going to Africa to watch the largest concentration of flamingos in the world.
My name is Emily Haddock from Oneonta, New York. My question is, why don't the predators eat all the flamingos?
Oh, very good question, Emily. You see, predators in their
Then, because the experts are right there on the television screen, they're getting immediate answers.
Well, Emily, there are far too many flamingos for the few predators around to eat.
It was so exciting hearing experts answering the question.
It brings Kenya into our own backyard.
It was just really cool.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days, where you can lease Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $309 a month. Get values over $1,300 on Jeep Cherokee Sport, including no-charge air. And get deals that are truly steamy on the legendary Jeep Wrangler. But you'd better hurry in, because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
A lot more than the score. Adam Benigni with TV3 Action News Sports.
The Yankees aren't commenting on exactly when Darryl Strawberry will see action with New York, but yesterday's rumors of an early promotion for Straw were in fact true. Today, the team announced Thursday will be his last game with Columbus. Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Yanks and White Sox tonight. Jack McDowell on the hill in Chicago got to him for 4 runs in the first. Tim Raines, that is a solo shot to make it 1-0. Then the big hurt, same pitch, same result. Number 24 for Frank, 2-0 White Sox. Bottom of the first. Former Yankee Dave Righetti on the hill for Chicago. Paul O'Neill says, welcome back. 3-run shot. But the Yanks would go on to lose the nightcap 11-4 and lose the first game 9-4. Blue Jays got their 3rd straight win in Minnesota today. Second inning, Ed Sprague, 2-run homer to open the scoring. He doubled twice in the ball game as well. David Cohn, a 4-hit shutout, walked 3 and struck out 7. He wins his 3rd straight start, 7-0 Jays as the final as we go on to the American League scoreboard. 7-0 Toronto over Minnesota. Chicago sweeps the Yankees in the doubleheader, 11-4 and 9-4. Righetti's first win in 2 years tonight. Boston over Kansas City, 4-1. Roger Clemens gets the win. Seattle beats Detroit 10-6. Cleveland over California, 7-5. Albert Bell with a grand slam in the 9th to win it for Cleveland. Milwaukee 4-0 over Oakland in the 8th. Baltimore, Texas 4-2 in the 8th. The Mets also looking for their 3rd straight win this afternoon in Chicago. They got 7 runs in the 4th. One of them here on Todd Hundley's 13th homer of the season. Solo shot to right. Still in that 4th inning, Bobby Bonilla rips the double to right. 2 more runs come home in Brett Butler and Edgardo Alfonso. Harry Carey singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. About the only entertainment for Cub fans. 12-3 Mets is the final from Wrigley. Florida over San Francisco, 12-10. The final in 14. Montreal, St. Louis, a 5-2 final. Pittsburgh leads Atlanta in the 10th. Philadelphia, Colorado, 6-3. That in the 7th. To the new Falcon Park in Auburn tonight. The Astros hosting the Utica Blue Sox. Second inning, 3-0 Auburn. Julio Lugo rips a double into the gap. Josh Halamanu scores. Astros led 4-0. 4th inning, nobody on. Mike Bruner, 2nd homer of the season. 5-0 game at that point. Same inning, Wes Pratt, the grounder toward the hole. Nice defensive play, but Chad Alexander scores in the infield single. 6-0 game, and Auburn beats Utica 7-2 at Falcon Park. International League Chiefs win tonight at Ottawa by a final of 5-3. The Buffalo Sabres named Ted Nolan as their new head coach today. He was an assistant with the Hartford Whalers last year.
When I heard that my agent, Steve Bartlett, got me an interview with Mr. Muckler almost 2 weeks ago up in Edmonton, I was thrilled that, there's a possibility that I could not only coach in the National Hockey League, but coach in a city like Buffalo.
The American Hockey League announced a new 4-Division 2 conference format for the coming season today. The Crunch is in the Central Division, and the league's Western Conference, also the first round of the playoffs, will be a best-of-5 this year. And Lowell and Lexington, Massachusetts, who had been granted conditional franchises, will officially join the league in 96-97. To cycling and tragedy in this morning's 15th stage of the Tour de France. Italy's Fabio Casartelli was on the first mountain descent when he crashed. Along with a group of riders, he suffered severe head injuries and was killed. Casartelli was 24. There will be no return to the NBA for Magic Johnson. He said so today in a prepared statement and cited business commitments as his primary reason for not coming back. And as we saw earlier in the program, one of basketball's greatest showmen, former Globetrotter Curly Neal, was in town to speak at Midnight Madness and remembered a trip he once took here with a team.
One time we came in, I guess it was in the early 80s, it was a blizzard. And they closed the War Memorial, so we stayed over an extra day and played the next day when it cleared up. But it was a blizzard, you couldn't see it, and the people couldn't get to the arena, so they decided to cancel the game and schedule for the next day.
It's funny how most people talk snow when they talk about Syracuse. He's going to be putting on an exhibition in Hanover Square tomorrow at 12:15.
He is something else, and he looks so young.
Looks great. Looks sensational.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Adam. The United States once ruled the television-making industry. Central New York had its own big part in that business with General Electric. Tonight, there's word Zenith, the last American-owned TV maker, is being sold to a South Korean company. Zenith was once a world leader in the business. They even invented the remote control. Now, even though some workers will be American, the owners will be Korean. It's the end of an American era, indeed.
Well, still to come on Action News at 11, Peter Hall will have a last look at the forecast.
And a country crooner in Central New York when we come back.
TV3 Action News is sponsored in part by the Syracuse Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
There are a lot of summer clearances, but do any have real savings?
Now, your Chrysler Plymouth dealer brings you the biggest summer clearance ever. Our biggest cash back ever. Our lowest APR ever. Our lowest summer clearance lease rates ever. 3 great ways to save on Chrysler Plymouth minivans and cars. We hear you. We've got your number. Our biggest summer clearance ever. For a limited time only at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
In Niagara Falls, Ontario, MarineLand is the place to go, where magic's king and the dolphins sing. Everyone loves MarineLand. You can take your family for the day, watching the whales while they swim and play, seeing friends you miss, a great big kiss. Everyone loves MarineLand.
Last year, Sarin Durbin of Fleet helped over 140 families get a home mortgage because a dream isn't something you just want to rent. Carl Poulin approved over 900 business loans because your desire to succeed needs more than encouragement. And Beth Engel provided thousands of education loans so you could give someone you love a chance at a career, not just a job. At Fleet, over 20,000 employees support their hopes and dreams by supporting yours.
In business, you can't always count on an easy road to success. But you can count on AT&T, because only AT&T guarantees you a competitive price. Our 1-800-COMPARE Center will give you an immediate side-by-side price comparison, and we're so sure that our prices are competitive that if you don't agree, we'll give you 1 month's worth of long distance, up to $200. These days, you can't count on much, but you can count on AT&T for the life of your business.
The heat is on.
The Mercury Clearance Countdown at your Lincoln Mercury dealers. With every Mercury in our huge inventory priced to drive home now. It's one hot deal after another, with $2,000 cash back on Mercury Sable and a $1,000 owner loyalty bonus on the legendary Mercury Grand Marquis. Then we make the deals even better with huge dealer discounts for unbelievable year-end savings on all Mercuries, including the versatile Villager minivan, during the Mercury Clearance Countdown.
The heat is
At your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Jay Leno's guests on The Tonight Show tonight, actor, comedian Gary Shandling, actress Yasmine Bleeth, and country singer John Michael Montgomery.
Summer is here, and for many of us, it's the most difficult time of the year. You know what I'm talking about. Sitting in the office, staring out the window, and wishing you could be outside enjoying the summer day. Well, some folks in Virginia have invented the floating boardroom. The cost for your floating boardroom is $75 a day. That includes an umbrella, but no slide projector, no conference calls, and no vertical blinds.
Sounds great. A late-breaking story on Action News tonight. We're told a tire factory in Otsego County is burning out of control tonight. Dispatchers from surrounding counties have called out several fire companies to help out with that fire. The fire is on Route 8, about 30 miles south of Utica. It's near the town of West Edmiston. Action News has a crew headed to the scene. We'll have more for you tomorrow on Action News at sunrise. Now let's check some of the stories we'll be working on tomorrow for Action News at 6.
Setting up the Red Cross Center to help people hit hard by the storms, and firing up Olympic fever, getting the first step on a new sport that's part of the games.
Now let's check in to see what a difference today makes.
Coming up tomorrow on Today, we'll be live from Atlanta, where the '96 Olympics are just 1 year away.
Also, an interview with David Delaberte, freed from prison in Iraq and back in the U.S. And Martha Stewart cooks with peaches, so join us tomorrow.
And see what a difference today makes.
Peter Hall's back now.
With a final check on the forecast.
That's right, it looks good. We're all going up from here. We're talking about some nice cool weather for tonight. A few clouds, maybe a couple of showers in the southern tier. Near 62 degrees for tomorrow. Head outside, do something, maybe hang the clothes on the line or something like that, because it'll be nice and dry with a nice breeze. Northwest at 10 to 20 and temperatures in the upper 70s.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. And Peter is in tonight because Wayne's at the big concert, the War Memorial. Here's what it's all about. Tonight there was a touch of Nashville in central New York. 4,300 cowboys and cowgirls packed themselves into the War Memorial to hear the nicest guy in Nashville sing, Vince Gill. Gill has an unprecedented 14 country music awards to his credit, including Male Vocalist of the Year. His opening act was another country great, Hattie Lovers. Sounded good tonight. Great set there, too.
Yeah, they cut the video before, you know, with Wayne in the front row going crazy.
Going, hey! Somehow I just don't see it. That's Action News. No offense to Wayne. I mean, great guy, but not a great dancer. That's Action News for this Tuesday night.
We're going to say goodbye. Action News Sunrise comes your way tomorrow at 6. Have a great night.
We'll see you tomorrow.